Jesse Livermore, Section 1, The Boy Plunger. Livermore was a trader's trader. He made and lost fortunes. He understood the market like few others. Livermore wasn't just lucky, he was brilliant, but he also battled demons. His story is a reminder that even the smartest can stumble. Livermore's story starts humbly. He was born in 1877. His family, farmers, young Jesse, restless. He craved the action of the city. At 14, he landed a job, a quotation board boy. His canvas, the stock market. The energy was intoxicating, the numbers, a language he understood. Livermore started studying patterns. He saw opportunities. He made small bets. He won some, he lost some. But he was learning. He earned the nickname Boy Plunger. He took big risks. This was just the beginning. Livermore was on his way to becoming a Wall Street titan. Section 2, Early Wins and Losses. Livermore started making real money. He wasn't just playing the game, he was mastering it. He understood supply and demand. He saw through the hype. Livermore wasn't afraid to bet against the crowd. This made him enemies. The old guard called him a manipulator. But Livermore didn't care. He was winning. His first big score came in 1901. He bought Union Pacific Railroad stock. The price soared. Livermore's profits? A cool $50,000. In today's money, that's millions. He was on top of the world. But Wall Street is a fickle mistress. Livermore got overconfident. He made a bad bet on cotton. He was wiped out, ruined, but Livermore was a fighter. He retreated. He studied his mistakes. He learned a valuable lesson. The market can be your best friend or your worst enemy. Section 3, the crash of 29. Livermore roared back. He rebuilt his fortune. He was more disciplined, more focused. Then came 1929, the roaring 20s. The market was on fire. But Livermore saw danger. He saw speculation. He saw greed. He knew it couldn't last. Livermore started shorting the market, betting against it. He knew it would crash, and crash it did. Black Tuesday, October 29th, 1929. Panic, chaos. Fortunes vanished overnight, but not Livermore's. He had bet against the bubble. When the dust settled, Livermore had made $100 million. In today's money, that's billions. He was a legend, the man who broke Wall Street. The crash made him one of the richest men alive, but his story was far from over. Section 4, the art of the trade. Livermore wasn't just a gambler, he was a pioneer. He helped invent day trading, buying and selling on the same day. He used leverage. He understood risk management. He kept detailed records. He looked for patterns. Livermore believed in intuition, but he also believed in discipline. He had rules. He cut his losses. He let his winners run. He didn't chase the tape. He waited for the right opportunities. Livermore's methods were revolutionary. He inspired generations of traders. He showed that it was possible to beat the market, but he also showed how easy it was to lose it all. Section 5, Livermore on paper. Livermore's story captured the public imagination. He was a Wall Street legend, but he was also a private man. He shunned the spotlight. He preferred the company of his family. In 1923, a book was published, Reminiscences of a Stock Operator. It told the story of a fictional trader named Larry Livings. Everyone knew it was based on Livermore. The book became a classic. It's still studied by traders today. The book captured the thrill of the market, the wins, the losses, the emotional roller coaster. It cemented Livermore's legacy. He wasn't just a trader, he was an icon. Section 6, Rise and Fall. Livermore's life was a series of triumphs and tragedies. He made and lost several fortunes. He faced down ruin, but he always came back. He was married twice, he had children, but his personal life was troubled. In the 1930s, Livermore suffered a series of setbacks. He lost most of his fortune. He was sued by his ex-wife. He was investigated by the government. His health deteriorated. He was diagnosed with a nervous breakdown. On November 28, 1940, Jesse Livermore took his own life. He was found dead in a hotel room. He was 63 years old. The news shocked Wall Street. The boy plunger was gone. His story is a reminder that even the greatest traders are human. They feel fear and greed. They make mistakes. They suffer losses. Livermore's legacy is complex. He was a genius, a pioneer, a legend. But he was also flawed. Livermore's story is a cautionary tale. It's a reminder that the market can be a dangerous place, but it's also a story of resilience, of second chances, of the enduring power of the human spirit. Thanks for joining me on this historical journey. If you enjoyed this trip back in time, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more fascinating history bites. Until next time, keep exploring.